Hey lovelies, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another speed build. I decided to build a modern house on a 40x40 lot in Brindleton Bay. It's been a hot minute since I created something like this. I felt like building something modern, and in the end it kind of had an eco theme to it. I didn't even plan to do that originally. I just built something fun and modern, and then it just screamed eco theme. Like a proper eco-living house, but I didn't intend to do that, and there aren't any planting pots or something, so there is not really a eco theme going on, but to me it looks like an eco-living build. I don't know, let me know in the comments down below what you think about this, but to me it kind of has this appeal. So I wanted to build something on a good old 40x40 lot. This used to be my favorite lot size ever. I have created so many builds in Brindleton Bay, especially on the 40x40 lots. And I had built my last build, the Serpentine Lodge, on this lot, so it inspired me to build something on this lot. 40x40 is such a good lot size, not too big, not too small. There is a decent amount of space for a house, including landscaping around it. And to be honest, I just felt like creating something fun. I wanted to create a fun exterior, and of course this house is furnished, and furnishing this was a lot of fun, but I absolutely didn't feel like furnishing a huge house. Sometimes you build something and the house is so big that it takes 2 days or something to furnish it, and I absolutely didn't feel like doing this. I have been dealing with a bit of builder's block, to be honest. Anyone who enjoys building in The Sims has probably dealt with this at some point, and it's kind of frustrating, but I didn't feel inspired. I had no idea what to build, so I kind of took it slower. I made the Moschino stuff pack building ideas video, but I absolutely didn't feel like building anything, like making a speed build. So I just took a very small break to recharge my creative batteries, because I feel like at this point, when you try to force it, when you try to build something and you just keep going and keep going, it only makes matters worse, in my opinion. You just really have to take a small step back so you overcome builder's block, basically. So that's what I did, and now I'm back and I feel really enthusiastic to build something. Also, I'm sure that all of you know about this at this point, but the Sims 4 Realm of Magic game pack was announced and I'm super excited, and this also kind of sparked my creativity, and I felt very passionate about building as soon as I saw that trailer. To be honest, I cannot wait for this pack to drop, and I've kind of reached a point where I really want to build something in the theme of the new pack, but of course I still have to wait until September 10th, so I'm kind of impatient. But at this point I really feel like building spooky houses. I don't know, maybe a Victorian house. I've already said this on Twitter, but I really want to recreate the original Sabrina the Teenage Witch house. It's just stunning. There are so many amazing items when you look at the trailer, and when you really pay attention to all the details and all the new objects, there is a lot of stuff. And something that is even more exciting, there was a small hint that there might be spiral staircases in this pack. I mean, this is just a rumor at this point, so it's not confirmed, but someone tweeted that they would have loved to have spiral staircases in this pack, and a sim guru replied something along the lines of, "Oh, funny that you are asking this." It seemed to be a hint, but we are not knowing if this is really the case. But if you think about it, it totally makes sense to have some spiral staircases that kind of, I don't know, they just fit into any kind of Victorian build, anything spooky. But I'm hoping for some kind of neutral looking spiral staircases. It would be amazing to have some staircases with some kind of intricate designs, intricate details that make it look like a really Victorian kind of staircase, but I would love to have some neutral or even modern looking ones that we could use for basically any kind of build. I don't know, maybe a black, a gray, a white one without many details, just a very simple basic spiral staircase that we can use in any type of build. But I also want to have some really fancy ones that look Victorian and spooky and fun. But I don't know, at this point, as I said, it's just rumors, but I don't think that they would hint at something like this if this wouldn't be the case, to be honest. But who knows, there were a lot of surprises along the way when packs were announced in the past, so we don't really know what's going on, but I'm really excited for this. So originally I wanted to build something that's kind of more traditional, like a rustic family home. In the past I've made a lot of them, and then I kind of switched to more modern builds, and I got a couple of comments saying that some people would love to watch me build something that's kind of more in my original style, and I really tried to, but for some reason it didn't work out, and all I could think of was something Victorian. Then I thought about the pack and then I don't know, I'm just going to reserve these ideas for the pack that is going to drop soon. So of course there won't be any modern builds probably with this pack. I am going to stay within the theme, so get ready for some really spooky builds very soon. So I just built something modern again, but I don't know, I just love modern architecture. It's a lot of fun to build this. As you can see here, I'm using the spa day lighting stripes to create some type of pattern on the roof. I also used this object in the front at the bottom. At first I used a get to work fence at the top, but then I swapped this one out for the lighting stripe as well. So I used it in lots of different places. It's just amazing for modern builds to create some type of border. Color wise, I was going for a nice contrast between light colors and the very warm wood color. The wood color was inspired by the fence that I used. It's a fence that belongs to the Perfect Patio stuff pack. This fence is the most beautiful modern fence in this game, in my opinion. So the pack is just worth getting just for the fence, in my opinion. It's just amazing, especially in the swatch. So this fence kind of inspired me to add a lot of wood here and there. There is only one modern build that I've created without any kind of color contrast, without any wood. I always use wood for my modern builds, so in this case I did it again. It just makes a build look very homey, inviting, just cozy. And my favorite part about the color scheme is the light blue. I didn't want to use a very harsh kind of clean white. The blue just adds a bit of fun. It's a very, very pale blue. It almost looks like white, but it's not white, so it just adds a bit of color without being too colorful, and I really like that. There are many color swatches that are like a light gray or a very pastel purple, a very pastel yellow, and these colors can be so much fun. You can add them to an exterior and it just makes a build look very different, but it's not overly colorful and crazy. So this pale blue was a lot of fun. As you just saw, I added a car to this build. I sometimes like to build a garage or a little driveway, and in this case I wanted to add a driveway and a car. This car belongs to the new environment objects that we got a while ago, and also today these objects are dropping on console. So if you're playing on console, you can update your game and you will be able to use these objects, including this car as well. I mean, it depends which packs you own, and the objects kind of belong to certain packs, and to be honest, I'm not sure to which pack this car belongs, but I feel like it's the perfect choice for this build. The white just goes so well with all the white details that I used, and these cars just look so much more realistic than the little toy cars that we all use to size up. These are not functional, of course, these are just for decoration, but I feel like it just looks fun, and some people don't like that, and they say that it doesn't make sense to put a car in front of a house that doesn't serve any purpose and it just looks good. But I disagree, because to be honest, all the stuff that we add to houses is just decoration, because technically we would only need a room or a couple of rooms with some stuff in it, some furniture for the Sims, and that's it. But of course we all like to make houses look good. We add a lot of stuff here and there, we decorate them, so why not use a car just for decoration in the front? But of course I totally get that it's not for everyone, but personally I really like to do that, especially with the new environment objects. This car just looks so much better than the sized up toy car. There's so much more detail, it just looks so much more realistic, and the white color is just perfect, so I decided to use that. Also, whenever I'm building a garage, which I didn't do here, I really like to put some gym equipment on the inside, for example, or the flower binding table, just stuff that you would put in a garage or in a shed in real life, because in a regular house in The Sims there isn't really any space for that, in my opinion. I don't like to place these things just in the living room or something. So a garage is actually pretty cool in my opinion. You can just build a garage, put the car on the outside in the driveway, and then you can just place a bit of gym equipment on the inside, for example. Especially when you're not building a huge mansion, it totally makes sense in my opinion, because you don't really have a designated gym in a small house, for example, in a suburban house, but maybe you just have a bit of gym equipment here and there. So I really like to do that. Now I'm working on the interior, as you can see, and I used a lot of stuff of the brand new Moschino stuff bag. So as I said, maybe you have even watched it, I made a video about the Moschino stuff bag for some building ideas, but I haven't actually built anything with the new stuff bag yet. So here in this build I'm using a lot of that stuff finally. I love the rug and the sofas and the glass room divider. There is just a lot of good stuff. I know that many people aren't really fond of the new stuff bag. Many people don't like the fashion style and all that, so it's kind of a controversial stuff bag. But I can totally recommend getting it just for the rug and the sofa and the table and just all the decorations. I really like the style. It's super modern and it looks really, really stylish. I mean, some packs have some stuff in it that I just don't get. Some stuff just looks totally crazy, over the top and weird, but these things are just amazing for any type of modern build, really. So I had a lot of fun to furnish with this. I mean, as I said, I wasn't feeling like furnishing a huge house, so it was kind of perfect to furnish this house, especially with a lot of the new stuff. So I really enjoyed this. It's a lot of fun to use some new stuff in a build. The paintings are amazing as well as the swatches, and there are wallpapers that go perfectly together with all the furniture and the paintings. So I used some of the wallpapers in some rooms, and I also used the very light blue on the inside, the blue that I used on the exterior, so I kind of have a combination going on, and it's just an amazing stuff pack. To be honest, I would have loved to have a pack, maybe a game pack or a expansion pack in this style, so there would be a lot of more stuff like this, like very modern, very clean furniture. Like, it's just very simple, very clean. The design is just amazing. I mean, look at the sofa and the armchair. It's just very simple, very modern. I like that. There's some objects in The Sims that I really like, and then the swatch is just overly crazy and it does make sense. And even though the shape would be amazing and very kind of realistic looking, then there is some super weird pattern on it, for example. I don't know. But for this pack, I think the furniture looks really great. So would have been amazing to have a kitchen that matches this, a dining table and all that, but of course it's just a stuff bag, and the focus was actually more on the fashion. Even though I heard that a lot of people were kind of disappointed and there aren't that many swatches for the clothes and not many objects, I took a look at Cass and I took a closer look at the clothes, and yeah, I have to admit there aren't that many swatches. Again, I know that it's just a stuff pack, but I don't know, when you label it as a fashion pack, there should be more fashion stuff probably. I don't know, but on the other hand, there is a career included, which is amazing. So I don't know, I think it's probably one of the best stuff packs all in all, because of the career, the furniture and the clothes. Even though it's lacking something here and there, I think overall it's very great. I mean, the vintage Glamour stuff pack included a butler, which was kind of groundbreaking, because stuff packs are just very small and you just get a couple of objects here and there. So when vintage Glamour stuff came out, it was really groundbreaking and everyone was shocked that there is such a cool feature included. So here we have a career, so I think it's a quite decent stuff pack. So this is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I included a couple of screenshots, and this build is available in the gallery. It's fully furnished, and down below in the description box you can find all the information you need, my gallery ID and the packs I used and all that. So I hope that you have a fantastic week, and I hope I see you in the next video. Bye bye.